Vice President Mike Pence is asking a judge not to expand his powers to decide electoral votes on January 6th.
Mike Pence wants a judge to reject giving him exclusive authority to decide which electoral college votes should be counted. Representative Louis Gohmert and other Republicans filed a lawsuit against Pence last week. They want the court to give Pence the power to decide which votes to count on January 6th. But Pence argues he's not the person they should be suing. His lawyer writes, a suit to establish that the vice president has discretion over the court filed against the vice president is a walking legal contradiction. The lawsuit concerns Pence's role as president of the Senate. In 7 battleground states, Republican electors cast competing votes for President Trump. They allege Trump was the true winner in their states. The lawsuit argues that under the 12th Amendment, Pence alone has the exclusive authority to open and count the votes. And where there are competing slates of electors or where there is objection to any single slate of electors, to determine which electors' votes or whether none shall be counted. The 12th Amendment says the President of the Senate shall, in the presence of the Senate and House of Representatives, open all the certificates and the votes shall then be counted. The power of the Vice President to count or reject electoral votes is disputed.
And a Georgia state judge is granting a hearing to determine if third party can forensically inspect all of Fulton County's mail-in ballots. This after Fulton County officials objected to a request to access those ballots. NTD's Melina Wisecup has the story.
The hearing is scheduled for Monday. The Superior Court judge of Fulton County will look at an emergency petition from 9 Georgia voters that asks to inspect Fulton County's mail-in ballots.
We think that it's going to be a favorable ruling. So we're really excited. This really means everything. It's one of the reasons why we filed the case, is that to get to inspect the ballots, because everybody wants to know if the ballots are real or not, and who won the Georgia electoral vote. So this should help us decide that.
And he says he believes they have enough evidence to grant the inspection. The evidence they're presenting to the judge includes the illegal scanning of ballots with no supervision and witness affidavits from 4 auditors who say they handled fraudulent ballots during the hand recount.
So part of the visual inspection is the first thing we want to do is to try to establish a chain of custody. And we want to make sure that the ballots haven't been tampered with. And we have certain batches and stuff that we know where there are potentially fraudulent ballots. And we'll check those batch numbers and the ballots that are in there to see if they're the same ones. If there's no fraudulent ballots there, then we would have to, I think, probably say that, agree that Biden won the state legitimately,
After the Senate subcommittee hearing on Wednesday, Rudy Giuliani told us that he thinks if there was no fraud, then Fulton County and the Secretary of State wouldn't be trying to hold back the ballots to begin with. If the judge doesn't allow them to inspect the ballots, the group that's been working on this effort says they will continue to do what they can to make sure the law is upheld. And if the ballots are inspected next week and illegal ballots are found, the Senate would have even more of an obligation to convene right away to challenge the election results. Reporting by Melina Wisecup, NTD News.
Dozens of Republicans are planning to challenge electoral votes during next week's joint session of Congress.
At least 25 Republican representatives and representatives-elect say they will challenge the Electoral College results on January 6th. But Republican Senate leadership opposes the planned objections. About 24 GOP senators have said they will not object, while others have indicated opposition. And virtually all Democrats have said they will not object and criticize those who plan to challenge votes. Joe Biden's spokeswoman told reporters on Wednesday that his team views the counting of electoral votes as a mere formality. Representative-elect Marjorie Taylor Greene told the Epoch Times that the group plans to file objections against the votes from 6 states: Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, and Nevada. And they haven't yet decided if they will object to New Mexico. In a statement, Representative Burgess Owens explains why he would challenge the vote. He says millions of Americans across this country are concerned about the electoral process, and we do them a great disservice by merely ignoring their voices, and that if irregularities exist, we should look into them and provide solutions. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley is the only member of the upper chamber who says he will challenge the votes. He says Democrats objected to the electoral votes in 2004 and 2016 to raise concerns about election integrity, and that's exactly what he plans to do in January. Christina Kim, NTD News.
And more representatives have come out to say they will challenge the vote. The total number has grown to at least 38 and continues to rise.